You've never seen minions flying a plane before. To save Gru, the minions planned to fly to find the Wild Knuckles. However, since they had no money for tickets, they disguised themselves as flight crew and successfully boarded the plane. According to the aircraft manual, Stuart started the plane, but the next moment, the plane finally stabilized. Stuart, feeling airsick, went to the restroom. Unfortunately, while flushing the toilet, he almost got sucked into the sewage. Before long, the plane reached its destination. Kevin then prepared to land the plane, but accidentally, it plunged downward. Despite the dangerous landing, the plane safely touched down. Meanwhile, Gru was enduring torture. If the gem was not delivered within 2 days, he would be killed by a chainsaw. At that moment, the minions finally arrived at their destination. They disguised themselves as potted plants, but their poor disguise was immediately spotted by the Wild Knuckles henchmen. The minions hurriedly fled. When they reached Chinatown, they accidentally got surrounded by the Wild Knuckles henchmen, who began to beat them up. Coincidentally, this scene was witnessed by a Chinese auntie.
Like picking on little guys, huh?
Go take a nap, old lady.
Old lady? I am a master of the ancient Shaolin art of Kung Fu.
The minions were amazed by the auntie's skills and were eager to learn Chinese Kung Fu. They decided to ask her to be their teacher, and after much pleading, she agreed. First, she taught them how to wield a sledgehammer, but the result was then she had them practice the iron head skill, with a similar result. After the auntie's training, they finally mastered the Kung Fu. Bob became the strongest, with a head harder than iron. After learning Kung Fu, the 3 minions were very happy and excitedly set out to rescue Gru. Meanwhile, Otto, after much effort, finally found the gem and was rushing towards them. At this moment, the Wild Knuckles ordered Gru to clean the pool. But Gru, still quite young, was startled by the sight of an alligator. The Wild Knuckles demonstrated how to handle it, but the next moment, he was pulled into the pool by the alligator. In a critical moment, Gru jumped into the water and saved the Wild Knuckles. Following this incident, the Wild Knuckles recognized Gru's bravery and decided to take him on as an apprentice. After taking on his apprentice, the Wild Knuckles' first act was to rob a bank. He entered the restroom and, using retinal scanning, successfully opened the bank's vault. As soon as they entered, the Wild Knuckles pretended to be ill. Gru seized the opportunity to go upstairs and, with sticky fingers, obtain the vault key. Just then, medical personnel arrived and began performing CPR on the Wild Knuckles, nearly electrocuting him in the process.
Maximum charge!
In this emergency, Gru returned and helped the Wild Knuckles out. At the same time, Gru successfully stole the Mona Lisa painting. Meanwhile, the Vicious Six arrived at the Wild Knuckles' home. Seeing that he was not there, they proceeded to destroy his house. When the Wild Knuckles returned home, he was stunned to find his house in ruins, with no part of it intact. Furious, he complained that the Vicious Six shouldn't have done this. Seeing the Wild Knuckles so upset, Gru went up to comfort him and suggested they team up as an evil duo to reclaim his former glory. However, the Wild Knuckles saw Gru as just a child and didn't want him to get hurt, so he sent him away. Leaving the Wild Knuckles home, Gru boarded a bus feeling dejected. It was New Year's Eve, and Chinatown was beautifully decorated. Just then, a familiar voice was heard. Gru saw the minions, immediately got off the bus, and ran into the crowd, calling out their names. Otto, thrilled to see the boss, ran over and handed the gem to Gru, making Gru very happy. He prepared to give the gem to the Wild Knuckles, but before he could leave, the Vicious Six blocked their way and stole the gem. At that moment, the police arrived. Seeing the police surround them, Bella, the female villain, remained unfazed and calmly pressed a button on the gem.